Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Okay, who are we trying to fool? Unless you're from or spent a lot of time in New York City or someplace like that, I'm willing to bet that most of you have no idea what a chestnut looks like. Roasting on an open fire? You know, not here on the San Antonio Riverwalk, they're not, or any other place I've seen around this state for that matter. Nope, we're in Texas, folks, and like most things, we do the holidays a little bit differently here. We'll talk more about that if you'll just come along with me. I'm Bob Phillips. This is Texas Country Reporter.
Texas Country Reporter is brought to you by Capital Farm Credit. We're the answer. Mueller Incorporated. Metal roofs, metal buildings, ironclad guarantees. Hoheim Prairie Insurance. Texans serving Texans since 1892. Top Texas towns: Nacogdoches, Corpus Christi, Azle, Pflugerville, Longview, and Galveston. And Southwest Airlines.
Everybody knows that we spend most of our time out on the back roads, but every now and then we are beckoned back to the big city, where, unfortunately, even at this time of year, the sound of sirens is hardly noticed by anyone. Every day, Dallas police officers honor a pledge to protect and serve the people. No matter the danger, they must answer any call. Detective Lucy Barnett knows the stress and thrill of rushing into action.
You instantly have that adrenaline dump. You start thinking, where do I go? What do I do? What do I need? What tools do I need?
97, was that 122 that had that suspicious person with that brown pickup?
Detective Barnett directs a special squad of officers with a very unique set of skills. Today, they've been called to Sal's Italian Restaurant on Wycliffe Avenue. But this is no reported robbery, no hit and run. It is a gift of good cheer and glad tidings from the Dallas Police Choir.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
The Dallas Police Choir started in 1983 with 11 officers who wanted to sing Christmas carols. They made it work, and we've been around ever since. Those of us that are in the choir come from all over the department. We have people in patrol, we have investigators, detectives from different bureaus, we have people from the academy, we have the highest ranking officer that we have right now is a lieutenant, and we have a retired captain.
Once a year, the Sal's Diners ring in the Christmas season with jingle bells, courtesy of the Dallas Police Choir. They're all cops, all a cappella, and all still on duty. The DPD stands behind the goodwill mission of Detective Barnett and her fellow carolers.
Jingle, jingle bells.
The Chief of Police has allowed us to perform in a special assignment capacity, which means we are either compensated if we're on duty, like right now, technically I'm on duty, but I'm allowed special assignment time to come do this. So I just leave my regular duties, come here, do this, and then go back to my regular duties. Patrol officers are the same way. If manpower permits, they're allowed to go sing and then come back, and we're allotted 2 hours to do that unless something runs over time. I think that we are one of the goodwill ambassadors for the police department and for the city, and we all enjoy doing what we're doing.
Noel, Noel, glad tidings tell, a tiny babe is born. Noel, Noel, come ring the bells upon this Christmas morn. Noel, Noel, come sing a song of cheer. Noel, ding-a-ding, ding-a-dong, for Christmas time is here. Noel, Noel, it's come hear the bells.
Ding dong, ding ding dong, 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 ding a ding dong, ding a dong. From schools to shopping malls, the police choir performs all over North Texas in the few weeks before Christmas. For these hard-working police officers, it's a chance to trade jail cells for jingle bells, no parking for Noel, and to focus on the right to remain silent night. For the public, it's a chance to see Dallas' finest in a positive light.
You know, it's a nice opportunity for the citizens to see, I guess, a happy, positive side of the police department. I think as far as ambassadorship goes, that the choir does a really good job with that.
Every place we go, it seems like people like us. You know, it's not like we're putting somebody in jail or giving somebody a ticket. We're out there singing, so it's really good for community relations.
Cops don't just go out and write tickets. We can also sing and promote goodwill, so I'm excited about that.
I believe that the people who give of their time and participate with the choir get so much more back than any other officer in the department. Because we get to see the lighter side, we get to see the better side of humanity by spreading cheer and joy really throughout the year.
We came here to the San Antonio Riverwalk because it's one place we knew we would find Christmas spirit. Oh, there's lots of places like that around the state, but you have to admit, folks in San Antonio have that whole holiday celebration thing down. We know some people over in Southeast Texas who say there's nothing quite like Christmas in the piney woods, and that Santa lives in the cypress trees.
Land like this right here, it stays underwater most of the time. It's muddy, and cypress trees grow in muddy water.
The muddy, muggy, mosquito-infested bogs of Southeast Texas are a far cry from the North Pole. No, this isn't a winter wonderland, but Ronnie Bingham and Robert Hargrove are still here on a mission of Christmas cheer. They're harvesting what's known as cypress knees, a raw material for the artistically inclined women in their lives.
We just come in here and cut some of these cypress knees. My mother and some ladies around Buna there make Santa Clauses out of them.
With some hot water, a little elbow grease, and time to dry, the cypress knees become a blank canvas for these holiday crafters. LaVee Hargrove, Laverne Bingham, and Nelda Shepard turn the knobby, knotty cypress knees into a cavalcade of Kris Kringles. Do you have to study Santa Clauses? I mean, some of them are the jolly old Saint Nick looking, and some of them are European looking Santa Clauses. It looks like y'all know a lot about Santa Claus.
Well, we have found out more about Santa Clauses in the last few years.
Few years as in, how long have y'all been getting together and painting Santa Clauses?
Since about 88.
88 or 89. Yeah.
So for more than 20 years, y'all have been getting together once a week. That's a lot of Santa Claus. For Laverne Bingham and her fellow painters, Santa Claus is always coming to town. Their workshop is on a year-round production schedule, and while every Cypress knee Santa is different, they all have one thing in common. They are not for sale. You go to all this trouble to paint all these Santa Clauses and you don't sell them or anything?
No.
No?
They're all our babies.
I've had people to ask, but I said, no, we don't sell them. When you paint one, it's a part of you.
These days, it seems Christmas time is the time for commercialism, for crowded malls, and for everybody to sell you something. But not in Buna. Not for a group of friends who don't use Santa as a sales pitch. They're happy simply crafting reminders of holiday cheer. And as long as cypress trees are growing down in the bottomlands, they'll always have room for one more Cypress Santa.
We're not tired, for sure, of painting Santas.
In a perfect world, everyone would be included in the holidays. But fact is, well, we're not there yet. Oh, you may get an angel from a tree at the mall or drop a gift by a toy drive, but there are still those people who find it difficult to participate in the celebration of Christmas. Luckily, one very special Santa's helper is doing everything he can to change that situation for one very special group of kids.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry
Mid-December, the time of year when Santa makes his yearly visit to spots all across Texas. Children sit in Santa's lap and recite their wish lists of toys in hopes old St. Nick will deliver on Christmas morning. At James Fannin Elementary School in Corsicana, Texas, there is anticipation in the air. Santa is scheduled for arrival and an extra special visit with some extra special kids.
I wish that Frosty can talk to us, said the children.
Kids who can't hear Santa's ho-ho-ho. Kids who can't clearly speak to the jolly old elf. Kids who rely on their hands and fingers for communication. And it was for this unique group that Santa learned a unique talent.
Hey! We have a special visitor here, Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! Well, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. Good to see you guys. Have you been good?
That's right. For these kids in Corsicana, Texas, Santa learned American Sign Language.
What do you want for Christmas? What do you want, Eric? Some games, okay. And Nintendo games, okay. I can do that. Iron Man, I know that, yep. It's kind of like this. It's the same thing that a kid goes through. I don't want to go through an interpreter to talk to a kid. And so I decided with just an instant that I had to learn how to talk. And so I learned on my own how to talk so I could talk to them one-on-one and not through an interpreter. How old are you? 12. 12, my God. Are you married now? Huh? You have a girlfriend? No.
Santa has been signing with the children of this school for about 20 years now. And for the story of how it all began, you have to go north about 40 miles to the town of Waxahachie, to a place called Cowboy Church, and a man named Buster Bramall. Buster is the music minister at Cowboy Church, a place where folks come from miles around for a different kind of service, one done country style for country people. Most of the congregation here knows Buster for his music, but few know about his personal connection with the deaf.
With my parents being deaf, I was raised, had a great life. Starting at the age of 3, you realize the importance of being able to talk to your parents. And at that age, I still didn't know sign language, so every time I had to ask my daddy something or my mama something, they'd always say, "Tell your sister." And she would tell my mother and daddy what I wanted to tell them, but I didn't want my sister to know. This is between me and daddy. You know, I didn't need them to hear what. So at the age of 3, I learned real quick that I needed to learn how to talk on my hands, and that's kind of how that. So at the age of 3, I just picked it up and started learning how to talk on my hands, and really learned the importance of it.
How does that relate to Santa?
Well, I have this special connection with Santa Claus, and Santa Claus had a special helper that would help him, and this special person could talk sign language, and the kids are able to talk directly to Santa Claus that way, and it just works out better for the kids. The kids light up when they can see that, you know, Santa Claus can sign.
Good morning. Boy, you are faster than lightning.
Well, when word got around that Santa could sign, he started making stops all over North Texas, giving an audience to those kids who are too often not heard. At every mall and every school, faces light up, hearts are touched, and memories are made for children who might otherwise not get to talk directly to Santa Claus.
Candy. What else? Tiffany. 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 That's a beautiful name. Have you been good? Yeah. I just love kids. I love kids. I like to see smiles on their faces. It's a blessing to me just to be here and to get to visit with them. Merry Christmas. I get to see them grow up, and that is the most awesome thing, to see them year after year and how they've matured. And we used to even see the high school kids, which was really neat, because I got to see them from babies all the way up to the graduation, and that was pretty cool.
If Santa could give every child one thing, you know what that one thing might be?
Love. Just time with them, you know. If I could spend just time with them, just being with them would be more than anything, I think. What do you want? I want what? You want a bed? A bed, I've seen that.
They ask for games and cars and bikes and Barbie, but really these visits from Santa are not about toys and candy and Christmas Day. They're about caring and understanding. They're about communication. They're about love. And year after year, it still touches the heart of Buster Bramall and his friend, the signing Santa Claus.
Makes me feel like Superman. It really makes me feel good to see them talk one-on-one with Santa Claus. And it's just a great feeling.
Is that what Christmas is all about?
Yeah, it's about giving. I love kids. I like to see smiles on their faces. It's a blessing to me just to be here and to get to visit with them. I want to say to all the kids, just have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you get lots and lots of toys. And so you have a Merry Christmas, okay? Thank you. Thank you again, okay? Big ol' hug.
We hope you've enjoyed our time together this week, and we hope you'll be enjoying more time together with family and friends during the holidays. So from all of us who make our living on the back roads to all of you who keep us there by watching, Merry Christmas. I'm Bob Phillips. This is Texas Country Reporter. We'll see you next time.
I love that story.
Me too, and we've got plenty more where that came from.
Just click on the subscribe button and keep traveling with us.